Hello and welcome back to Mars Horizon. In this episode, we're going to be focused on completing the next milestone, Saturn Flyby. This episode will be different from the previous episodes due to the time between each phase is extremely long. So the plan is to show each stage of the milestone only. Let's begin. This is going to be slightly different to the previous episodes that we've done in the past, which is showing you every single month as we go through as a complete Let's Play with nothing missing, so you can see the entire action as the game unfolds. Due to the fact that the upcoming missions we're going to be focusing on are, so we'll start with Jupiter. We've got a Jupiter orbiter to come up eventually, which takes 3 phases. Once launched, will take 4 years to confirm completion. Too far. We've got a Saturn Flyby, which we'll be focusing on shortly. So this one here is 2 phases after launch for 3 years. We've also got a Saturn orbiter, which will be 6 years and 4 months from launch. We've got a Uranus flyby, which is 9 years from launch, and we've done Neptune. We've already done that flyby, we did that first, and we've already launched the Pluto flyby, which has got the mid-course manoeuvre due shortly. But then again, that's 13 years from launch, so still a while to go for that one. That's the longest one that we've done at the end of it, so 128 months and so forth. So instead of me just showing you everything as we're going and waiting for every single month to go through, my plan of action will be show me setting it all up as individual missions, planning them, designing the payload, the rocket, launching them, and then documenting all the stages in between just to get through it. Let's say the previous episode we finished the game technically. We landed on Mars successfully, ahead of all the races quite well, and it was very epic. So I hope you enjoyed all that, and I want to document all the milestones as best I can do, and I think this is the best option than me just sitting here going next month. So like I say, first thing to do is we'll start looking at planning the Saturn Flyby, and this is the reason because it's 3 years from launch. So the plan of action then will be this one here can be completed, and then we can go on to the next one, because we can do we've got 3 mission slots available for use. If we wasn't doing the Neptune mass measurement, which we don't need because it's just science, which we've already got plenty of science that we can't use because we've completed all the science now, but that's got 5 years and 1 month to go, so there's no point cancelling it and redoing it. So I'm just going to leave it in the background, and I'm interested to know what actually happens at the end of this, but we'll see. Probably be nothing, but there's no harm in leaving it. So without further ado, let's set up the Saturn Flyby. If I find the right place, which is down here. So we're going to plan the mission. Navigation, prototype power. Probably just stick with, we'll go for a power variation just to ensure we've got the capability. So let's build that payload and go back. So that's the end of that payload. We'll come back to this one when the vehicle's ready to be done. The Mars heroes head home. After spending a month on the surface of Mars, your crew has successfully launched from the planet and have begun the 9-month journey back to Earth. Amid global coverage of the historic mission, footage of astronaut Taika Cerrone first setting foot upon the Red Planet has gained millions of views. We do this for all humanity, Taika Cerrone is heard to say in the video. We do this because it's in our nature to explore, to push boundaries, and to strive for a better future for the generations to come. So brilliant, get some more support. So ESA shares payload upgrade. Due to your close relationship, ESA has shared an improvement in guidance software that will be a direct benefit to your current Saturn Flyby. Payload reliability budget in your Saturn Flyby mission has increased by 10%. Thank you very much, ESA. Okay, so the Saturn Flyby payload is complete, with the vehicle part experience level reliability bonuses are doubled. Good news. Okay, so we're back with the Saturn Flyby. We're going to get the vehicle ready to go, and looking at it, this one's not bad. 7 months and 2.8 million. Is that going to be the best option? For time and build wise, I think the Beijing is going to be the best option. 99% launch reliability and 99% payload reliability. So we'll load that design. Yep, I think that's fine. So if we don't need to save it, we've already saved it. We'll confirm that build and get it built. So that's the Saturn Flyby ready to go. I'll bring this back in when it's constructed and we're ready for launch preparations. Okay, Mars heroes return. The crew of the historic Mars mission have safely landed on Earth following their 9-month journey back from Mars. Thousands gathered to celebrate the astronauts' return, and the event received global media coverage. Stepping foot on Mars was a major stride towards humanity becoming a multiplanetary species. Crew member Taika Saroni commented in an interview, "Moments like this show just what our species is capable of, and that's pretty much anything we can put our minds to." Well said, and brilliant support. Well done. Right then, Saturn Flyby. The Saturn Flyby vehicle is complete and it does look nice. Okay, so we've got optimal and suboptimal launch windows are reversed. So not the best, but we can work with that. Right, okay, so we're now back on the launch preparations for the Saturn Flyby. So, 99% for the payload and 99% for the launch reliability. So we're just going to focus on the payload. We don't need support, we don't need science, because we're just doing these missions just to... Well, I'd like to complete every milestones we can do. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to launch in December. So we're going to select that date and confirm. So I'll bring that back in as and when in 8 months' time when it's due to launch. Okay, we're back for the Saturn Flyby. The launch of the Saturn Flyby, should we say, which has got 99% payload and 99% launch reliability. So let's get this mission launched. Okay, so we've got adequate conditions, so we've got an even better chance of success. So let's continue. There. Looks like a successful launch and a positive effect again. Or positive effect. Positive trajectory. +1 turn the first command. Let's continue. Again, yep. Payloads are all looking good, so let's continue. Okay, so Saturn Flyby, December 2016, Phase 1. So, for this one we need 11 navigation and 9 thrust, and for the bonus is 22 navigation and 18 thrust. We've got comms, data and power. For secondary, and we have a decaying thrust, but we'll have to just we'll do 4 commands on the last turn, or potentially, no, if we've got an extra turn this one, so it's probably free for the rest of it, so we'll see what we can do anyway. Either way, we need to get load navigation up and some additional comms to do the calculated thrust burn. So, if we get some comms, is that going to do good? Yeah, we get some manual there, some power, and do we need any more any comms, or just want to get some? That's probably the best one to get, so that might be an option. Yeah, so we need to get a lot of navigation, preferably, and the best way to do that is with the comms. So, yeah, if we get 3 navigate, or no, we'll use the... Yeah, so if we go for a signal attenuation test, manual thrust adjustment into a cosmic dust analysis, into a mission control monitoring, I think that might be a better approach. This payload looks pretty good as well. Okay, so that's the first set. Okay, we've still got 4 commands to go. So, yes, we'll just do a load of manual adjustments, as much as we can there. We can use a payload power to get some free, so do signal attenuation into the thrust again. Seems like a good shout. So that's manual adjustment twice into a signal attenuation test into a manual thrust adjustment. Looks good. So as I say, may as well use the power variation as much as we can to make the most of our money cost. Okay, looks good. So we need to get some more navigation, because we need to do this at least 4 times, so we're going to have additional 4 on there, so that's pretty much what we need. We need to get some additional comms, some data, so to get the data, we do power, and I suppose you probably don't do it, you probably just turn the power directly into this, into comms. Do it twice, recharge, confirm. Don't need to push ourselves to the limit, may as well just use the command turns as much as possible, make it easier for ourselves. No point making life harder than we need to. Okay, so we've got efficient storage, which is good. Okay, so yeah, 3 turns to go. So, okay, so if I did 4 commands, that'll give us the 22 that we need for the bonus, 20 for the 18, and have some power left over just in case. Okay, 96 plus 6 is good, so that's surplus propulsion, so we've got more thrust. And that should be it. Phase 1 completed for the turret. So that's the Saturn Flyby Phase 1. Continue. So on the Saturn Flyby, we've just completed Phase 1. So we've now got 3 years to wait until the flyby is ready to commence. So I'll bring you back in 3 years' time. Okay, so we're now back on the Saturn Flyby for the next phase. So, which is actually the last phase, so that should be it. So let's continue. Okay, so Saturn Flyby December 2019 Phase 2. So, initiate data collection. So for this mission we need 9 comms, 9 data and 9 navigation. For the bonus, 18 comms, 18 data and 18 navigation. We've got power and we've got to deal with heat. Precise firm control of the payload is vital to prevent instrument malfunction. Keep heat within operational bounds to avoid payload failure. Heat will be reduced by -2 at the start of the next turn and keep above 0. So we need to basically try and, yeah, that's fine. We should be able to use it, no problem. So it's just going to be getting these up as evenly as possible then. So let's try and get some initial points on the board. Got 5 commands, so we shouldn't be doing too bad. Just depends if you do want to focus on gaining a lot of other, yeah, I could probably do that and then just bring everything back onto. But we can't go for that option, so we have to go for that to get more heat. That seems a plan. So visual spectrum sampling, geostopic stabilization twice, and then infrared mapping, and we'll heat's above 0, and at the end of the turn we'll lose 2, so we'll go back to 1, so that should be okay. So let's continue. Okay, 98 flawless maneuvering, that's good, more data. And again, brilliant. Heat check, we're above 0, now it loses 2. Good, good. So, let's, again, we can do that command 2 more times. That command to get the heat above. That should be okay. So gyroscopic stabilization twice, infrared mapping, and an external sensor alignment. If we lose 2, we're back down to 1, so that should be acceptable. Okay, 96 of clear ground tracking. Brilliant. Excellent. Right, so then lose your 2 heat and we'll get going. So again, we can do that command twice. Do the infrared mapping to get the heat under control. And then that command will sort out the... Now that seems a better option. Yes and no. Want to do that command anyway just to sort the heat out. Then would like to go for that command to sort out that, into that. Either way. Well, we've got power, so let's start using some power. That seems a good option there. Nope, I don't like any of them, so let's go for what I was going for originally. And if we then went for... Nope, that's not what I wanted. What we're going to go for then? So we need to do that for the heat. Do that again. That seems like a good option. Yeah, so infrared mapping, external sensor alignment, into gyroscopic stabilization twice. Or do we want to go for that approach? No. That one, 16, 16, 16. Great, yeah, it's a good shot. Yeah, so infrared mapping, external sensor alignment, geoscopic stabilization into data compression, and gives us the heat we need to continue. Okay, brilliant. Now lose your heat. That's good. Okay, so again, we'll go for that infrared mapping to get the heat up and the data, and then turn the data additional data into navigation and comms. So that way we've got infrared mapping and gyroscopic stabilization. We've got 4 heat, no problem. That's 19 for 18, 19 for 18, 18 for 18. Brilliant. Okay, and that's that mission completed. With the bonus as well. So that is, go to Saturn. So that's the Saturn Flyby completed. It wasn't anywhere near the rest of them. So they've was it 1986 for ESA, 1990 for China, 1994 for Russia, 2000 for NASA, and then we did in 2019. So very far behind when ESA did it, but still, it's still a good achievement for the Japanese Space Agency. And I'll leave this episode there. So thank you very much for watching episode 39 of My Japan's Let's Play. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next episode of Mars Horizon.